You're back.
Can't
do
sit
it.
on
And
this,
there's
go
Sue.
right down
Sue's
the
finally
line.
catching up with us. Here we go.
What are
You
we
good?
doing?
I'm doing a quick live. Oh, look, it's further away now, too. There you go. Hey, and we also got Jill from the Beach Report
Hello.
joining us. This is going to be a big party. And Sue Hansen,
Hey.
January 6th advocate. So, and we're really looking forward to seeing Lou tell us.
Louie.
We've got a lot to talk to us about. So, we're having a great day here. Bye.
Having a great day, guys.
When is this kid?
I'm live too right
Oh,
now.
okay, good.
Yeah.
Jill's helping me with it.
Nice. Here, can I take a picture of that picture?
Hey everyone, I'm gonna get situated because we are about to do a show, a podcast here at America First Warehouse. Look at this place, you guys. It is so amazing. Hi, Betty. Now, I don't have any problems like I did earlier. I do want to thank Rosemary for taking over my camera, but here's the thing, my gimbal, it's not easy for just anyone to use. You do have to know how it works and you have to be used to it, and unfortunately I didn't think so much because I was going on the show, and I said something to Rosemary like take over, and not realizing it. There's no way she could take over. She's no Donna Wade Nightingale, just saying. So I sorry, I left her in charge, and she didn't know how to use the gimbal. It's not her fault. So please don't anyone be angry with dear Rosemary. In fact, so you may not know this, but Rosemary came here all the way from where she lives, an hour and 10 minutes she drove just to meet me. Rosemary's been following me for more than 10 years. And she saw that I was in Long Island, and she's like, hey, I live in Long Island. And I told her where I was, and she's like, I'll be right there. I'm like, cool. So it was wonderful to meet one of my very long-time followers after more than 10 years, that she would come here just to see me. That was just so amazing, and I'm just so happy that she did that, because, you know, I do have a goal to meet all of my long-term supporters at some point. You know, we've been together for such a long time, and they've shared a lot with me, and even though I may never have met them in person, I feel like, again, the Beach Report, it's a family, because we are family. I got all my sisters and brothers and me. Anyway, we're having the most amazing day here at America's First Warehouse, and we're about to do a live show, and it's going to be very much about September 11th. We have 2 September 11th first responders, survivors here, so you'll get to meet them. And one is a gentleman named Louie, who is so amazing, and you're really gonna be in for a treat with this. And then there's Sarah. Oh my gosh, wait till you meet Sarah. She's something else. She actually was arrested during J6, and she's a 9/11 first responder. So we'll be talking today about J6 support and lies about J6ers, and then also we'll be talking about 9/11. So it's going to be really great. And I welcome you to today's Beach Report from America's First Warehouse. All right, thank you. How's everybody doing? Thank you for the compliments. Anyway, so if you don't know who I am your host, and I think I have to go and sit down. So I will not be manning my camera. I'm gonna be on set. And you can see everybody's going to get on the set now. So that's gonna be me too. All right, you guys, this is super exciting. I'm gonna run over and take my place with the people. Let me see if I maybe can put the camera a little bit closer. But again, I will not be manning my camera, so you're not gonna get like the normal and Jill's watching everything. I gotta put it somewhere that they can't see it. Make sure this is okay. All right. How's that? I also believe Jesus Christ, and I belong to him too, Neto. Prayer for all of us. Okay, wait, where am I gonna sit? I want you to at least be able to see me, right? And I'm like standing in front of cameras and such. Here, we'll just be right in the middle with all the other cameras. Where am I sitting?
Where would you like to sit? Corner or here?
I'll sit next to Jamie. Okay, so this is pretty much the best I can do. And you can see everybody. All right, so we're getting ready, and I'm gonna go take my seat. So y'all are gonna have to discuss things among yourselves. Please be kind to each other in the chat, and don't be a jerk. Just treat others with kindness and love. All right, I'm gonna leave y'all alone now. Gotta play nice. Here we go. Wait, you have to be able to see Louie too. And I gotta really pull the camera out. All right. Good, you guys can see everything? I think you can see everything. All right. Okay, this is it. I'm gonna go take my seat. We'll see you guys on the flip side. Ciao for now, in a way. The what? This?
Yeah.
How does it work?
She's just gonna give us a rundown of the time, just so you're aware.
Are you guys having trouble hearing? Maybe because we're far away. Yeah? Okay, cool.
She's gonna explain the clocks.
Okay, we're going to learn about the clock, everybody.
Two separate clocks. So the countdown, the clock on, is it opposite right now?
I know, I can't.
Looks different to me. Okay, yeah. The clock on the left is gonna, let me just start again. I don't usually do this. I feel like a tour guide. So there's 4 12-minute segments and 3-minute commercials in between. So the first, when you guys go on, you'll be on for 12 minutes, then Sarah will cut to commercial break for 3 minutes, second segment 12 minutes, commercial, like that. So when you're looking up there, the time on the left is gonna start at 12 minutes, it's gonna count down to 0 during your segment. And the clock on the right is the commercial break, and that'll count down from 3 minutes to 0 also. So you can always glance up there, so if you're mid-sentence, I know we hate cutting people off when you, like sometimes you, like if someone's in the middle of talking, Sarah might have to do a hard cut and just say, we're going to commercial, don't take it personal.
No, I'm gonna
I
make
hate
baby.
doing that to people, I really do, because it's like you'll have a guest on and you just stare in the, like, it's like you hate cutting people off.
Oh, I love Peter Tickton.
Right? He's great.
Yes, he's so nice. I've
So-
interviewed him.
He's been
Yeah.
on with us. It's awesome. So
Yeah.
that's it, really it. So it's gonna count down. That's really it. Don't go too crazy because, like I said, they're gonna switch. So they'll follow you guys. You know.
So you'll have the microphone to hold,
Okay.
so you'll know, you'll make sure that it's up to your, because everybody else has a stand.
So welcome to today's beach report, today's
All right.
second beach report, I
I'm
think.
trying to think if there's anything else. You have
Second
Joe's
one.
book. You have his book. You
Yeah.
have the blanket. Okay, good. You have the flag?
So for those of you who don't know, that is my book that I wrote.
Did you want to show it?
That's my book. It's about the way 9/11 changed our society. And you can go to my website, jillbooks.com, if you want to get one for yourself. I am an independent journalist in a one-woman show, doing everything by myself. I'm not even on Amazon because I have a, standards. Let's see who's on right now. Chewy, can you hear? Can you guys hear us? Can you hear me? Yep, you're right, Rec. Made us not trust Muslims that have their face covered walking around. And other things that they do. There's Donna. Hi, Bob. How's everybody doing today? Hey, Darla. So, we will not be having the same problems we had earlier today. I won't be touching my camera. I don't know if I can leave it here right now. It's kind of in a, I don't know, you can't see everyone, and I can't turn the camera around to see everyone because I'm gonna be sitting over there. Hello, Romania. So that's Tavia, and that's Louie, and that's Susan. And Louie is a first responder, fireman, and he was in 9/11. Yeah, we'll figure it out. But anyway, for everyone who's never seen my book before, please go to my website, jillbooks.com, and check it out. It would be great. It's a very important book. It's a history book for people who don't remember 9/11 or were not old enough to remember 9/11, because we have to have this conversation. We're going to talk about that now, but it's very serious that what's happening in New York City right now, it's just so unacceptable 25 years after 9/11. So we're working on it. Yep, I have book or 3. There's more books than just that one on my website, so go check it out. Thank you, Darla. Thank you. Oh, thank you, my sign. That's great. She's got my sign. Yeah, then it blocks the books though. Yeah, I think that's a good place for it.
And then the flag.
I took that picture, and that's about my book. Yes, there's my sign. Exactly, Donna. Isn't it fantastic? And there's my book. Oh, and that's Sarah. I love her. She's amazing. So, Sarah, who you just saw, she's so cool. She also is a 9/11 first, and she was a J6er and she didn't just get arrested, they put her in solitary confinement. It's terrible, but we're gonna learn a lot. So, these people sleep wisdom in this room right now. Thank you guys. I do hope that
I
you
got
will
you
buy a
that. I'll take
book,
care of that, darling. Hold on one
if
second.
only to start a conversation with the young people who don't understand the danger that we're facing with the current Muslim invasion. That's what I think it is. Okay, they're gonna put my sign, trying to find a place for it. So those of you watching now, this is actually a live behind the scenes view of a television show. We're in a great big television studio. This is called America First Warehouse. It's really amazing. And Leo, you're so right. Muslims took 250,000 white girls in the UK. They didn't take them to the UK. They took them from their homes, and brutally tortured them. You're right, Leo. And that's been going on for the past 40 years. I learned about it like 20 years ago, and I was appalled, and I can't believe it's still been going on. It's still going on to this day. So what are we gonna do? I think you know what we need to do. Oh, that's a good idea. Yeah, you have it.
I
Yeah.
don't know if it comes out in the picture though.
Yeah. I
Because
don't know.
sometimes things are only.
Oh, okay. Guys, look at this. Look at this place. It's so cool. Have you ever seen any place more patriotic in your life than this? The lady in the dress wide. Oh, don't wait till you see what I have to show you about a motorcycle.
You can, but I just.
Okay, this person needs to be reported for hate speech, violence.
You want it here? I'll put it here if you want it here.
Thank you, Darla. We might get some very disgusting trolls on this show because 9/11, J6. But these are some of the best people in the world in this room right here. Yeah. Who's a disgusting person? You're definitely not talking about me. Oh my goodness. Yeah, what kind of world is this? So my rally hat has seen better days. Try to fix it a little bit.
Okay, 3 minutes.
Okay, you guys ready? Yeah, we don't allow hate speech on the Beach Report. Can my camera be right here? Is it okay? Should I put it back here?
No, it's got to be, yeah, it's got
Yeah,
to be behind
okay,
this line.
gotcha,
Just,
gotcha.
Pick it up on the shelf.
Okay. All right, you guys are being moved. Back. I'm right here. Okay, I'm jumping on. All right, I gotta go.
We got 246.
Okay, I hope you can see everybody. All right, I'm leaving my mods in charge. Hi, David.
What do you need, Martin?
Her earpiece, is it on? Earpiece, right, guys?
Earpieces.
Let me see. Is the light on? Okay, just check if the lights are on. Seconds. Give us a little bit of house audio.
You want it up?
Yeah, a little bit up. That's a little. I think that should be good. 20 seconds.
Hold your time.
Five.
Welcome to the Peacemaker Talks, where we are practicing peace to make it. Make peace, that is. And today, it's really exciting. We got a special episode. We're celebrating the 250th celebration of independence. And that is something that I think we are going to see things we've never seen before and hear things we've never heard before. And to do that, I have an honorary guest with me today. We are going to go around, introduce everyone, and but let me start by introducing our honorary guest is Louis Caccioli. And I just want to say thank you for joining us
I
today.
just want to say thank you for everybody for having me here, and I just want to let everybody know that one reason why I'm here is that I am a survivor from 9/11, was there that day, got buried, and the main reason for being here is that I don't want people to forget 9/11. 25 years, it's 25-year anniversary, and I'm honored to be here, and we need to try to take control of the situation that's going on. And especially what happened on January 6th, okay? It was out of control, and we're going to discuss it further.
We are. We're going to have a really good discussion. And this is going to be, like I said, it's special because we wouldn't even be able to be here having this discussion. And I want to fill it with hope. So I'm going to go around, and we're going to spend the first segment just getting to know each person on today. And then when we come back on the second and third, we're really going to hear about Louis' story. But let's start right here with my co-host. Welcome, Tavia Trush.
Thank you.
From American Conservative Artists.
Thank you. Yeah, just want to introduce myself. I'm a creative director for American Conservative Artists. I'm also working with GoUSA.us, which is working on a ops score, which is a political rating system, nonpartisan, to get people to be more aware of who they're voting for. And you can find me at either AmericanConservativeArtists.com or GoUSA.us. And it's so great to be here with all these great patrons. Thank you.
Yeah, she's a great supporter for January 6th as well. She's really getting to understand the stories that happened that day, and I really appreciate her for that. Thank you. Yeah. And then we have here my friend Sue Hansen, who is an absolute wonderful January 6th advocate. She went through the fire with me, and I appreciate her very much for that. And we're going to hear today that she was also at January 6th. and she got involved. She's very concerned about election integrity. So we're just going to hear a little bit about Sue and what you wish to share with us today.
Hi, thanks for having me, Sarah. Yes, Sue Hanson here from Suffolk County, New York. I'm working with ProjectCivicate.org and also PrecinctProjectUSA.org, and we're promoting election integrity and also getting involved at the local level. Take back your country. Thanks again for having me.
Well, thank you for coming, Sue. And then here on the left, on the right, stage right, we have Jill Cohen. Thank you, Jill, for having your health with you too today. If you follow Jill, she just had just a little bit of heat exhaustion. I think, and probably that was a lot. You were down in DC, and so just tell us a little bit what you wish to share with the audience.
Hi, everybody. So I am a journalist, an author, an editor, and also a publisher and the host of the Beach Report that I've been doing for more than 10 years now on YouTube and Facebook as well. And I just want to be here with these amazing people to remind everybody about the way 9/11 changed our society. And I wrote a book about it. And my book was published in 2015 because that was when I realized that people weren't teaching about 9/11 in schools, and the children didn't even know what had happened. So I wrote this as a history book to start the conversation between parents and kids about what happened, because you all remember where you were when 9/11 happened, but do your children know where you were? And that is kind of my tagline, to get people started and talking about it, especially in the wake of what's happening in New York City right now. And we're watching 25 years later, and it's, thank you, and it's a problem that we need to address. And I think that's what we're here to do today, am I right?
Amen, amen, thank you, well, very much so. And now we have Jamie Crow. She is the Betsy Ross of today's MAGA community. And Jamie, tell us, what's your gift here that you're sharing?
I'm Jamie Crow. I'm from Pennsylvania. I lived out by Hershey. My thing is, America, we're blessed to have God in this country. We need to have God in this country. We need to fly the American flag everywhere we go because we are Americans. I believe that, but also I'm a J6 supporter. I stood down in the corner.
Hey, if you guys can hear me, you better like this, share it with all your social media accounts right now.
It's an eye-opener. Same with 9/11. 9/11, the government was part of that. January 6th, the government was part of that, big part of that. And we don't want justice, we want all peace.
It's beautiful. Yeah, and you know, we really are taking on an incredible topic. We got 9/11, both Louie and I are 9/11 first responders and survivors. And that comes with a very heavy burden, thank you, okay. And around us are advocates and help, you know, and not only for 9/11, now for January 6th. We have another, yes. So we're going to have some discussions today that, you know, we really, good. We really got through that much quicker. Everybody was able to really summarize very well. We have 5 minutes left. So I want to be able to just say, this is a Holy Spirit-led podcast. It was pressed upon my heart to bring more of God to the airwaves. And, you know, when you follow God's little taps, would you say, right? Leadings, guidings. It really, it's so wonderful because I started this in a way prior to January 6th, after 9/11, prior to January 6th. He goes before us because look at this amazing community that had I not have been given the idea to do this podcast and to work that way, I wouldn't have been prepared. So he prepares us. And even with that, I'm not so prepared. Because it's overwhelming. It's an overwhelming subject matter. But look at these wonderful people around me.
Amen.
Just everywhere. And this whole warehouse, it just really is a place where God just shows up for you. And I'm so grateful for it. Sue actually introduced me to the warehouse. Sue went to trial with me at DC. What was your big takeaway at DC trial for January 6th?
Well, it's very intimidating when you first get there and go into a courtroom. But my big takeaway was that it was very biased, it was very unfair. They actually had, I think, a projection displayed throughout the trial of the gallows, where there was a noose hanging, and this is supposed to be an open-minded and fair kind of a trial, and that's just kind of looming in the background. So it was definitely it's definitely not a fair trial, and I was just very supportive of Sarah. That was just such a horrible thing to have to go through. And she was there pretty much by herself, and I was glad to be there just to support and help her get through it.
And God wants to be in our courts. That's what he says. He wants to be in our courts. God is a God of mercy and a God of judgment too. Justice, rather, excuse me. He is judgment, but justice as well. And justice was not served. So I want to thank you again for being there. And that noose thing, I actually avoided it when I saw it on January 6th. I was like, ooh, and I kind of went the other way. But yet it was there in my trial. And here we had Jamie, who would go down to, you said Mickey before, and Mickey is Ashley Babbitt's mother. And you stood at the Freedom Corner, correct?
I did, and because Mom Mickey, I think Ashley would want us to do that.
Yeah.
I think Ashley absolutely would have supported also.
I often wonder, what would Ashley be doing? That's a question that keeps me,
Ashley would be flying that American flag.
yes.
And that flag over there, that came about because I need to do more. I wanted
Yeah, okay, thank you.
people to know that January 6th, they will never be forgotten. Operation Freedom, United We Stand, January 6th. And I went to President Trump on Labor Day in 2023, and I had him sign that flag. And he is, and I said, what do you want me to take back to DC and tell the guys in the jail that didn't need to be there? His quote was, you tell them everything will be okay.
Gotta go, Jamie.
And that will be the first thing that he will sign is to get the pardon when he became in office. And it was exactly, he kept his promises. And I absolutely love President Trump. Yes, it's over here. Yeah. If it wasn't for President Trump, I don't think any of us would get any justice anywhere for 9/11, January 6th, because he loves his country as much as we all do.
Right, true.
And God.
Maybe, can we talk a little bit about July 13th?
Please do.
Now, I am from the Pittsburgh area, and when I was a reporter for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette and other magazines around Pittsburgh, Butler was my beat.
Okay.
So when I watched President Trump and it was, but everything that happened, all the people in the crowd, I knew a lot of them.
Gentlemen, can I ask you to hold your thought because we're going to break them from much more.
Okay, so thank you. So we will come back with July 13th, and Louis, we're going to hear all about his heroics. So thank you. Come on back.
Most people think they have options when searching for the best deals when they travel. But here's the shocking truth. 100% of the major travel agencies are owned by giant companies, Expedia and Booking Holdings. They claim to offer the lowest rates, but due to the hotel rate parity agreement, they all have the same pricing, limiting genuine competition. When you book from these sites, you act as your own travel agent know that. Organizations that don't support our patriot values. We cannot allow
You're
that
talking,
to
talk
continue.
to the audience.
So we decided to make travel great again.
The audience is
by
there.
That's your
starting a
camera.
US-based
Oh,
travel
thank you.
membership platform.
Jamie, that's your camera.
PatriotTravel.com.
Yeah.
Look at the audience when you're talking to this.
Okay.
Together, we
I
can
was just
support
looking.
Lock eyes with
by
them.
not spending our hard-earned dollars supporting the
Sarah?
radical left.
That's you.
For just $29.99 per month, you gain access to true wholesale rates on travel, saving you on average 35% and up to 65%. Book as often as you like, with no limits. Keep your hard-earned dollars in your pocket and spend them on things you need and want to support. Go to mypatriottravel.com/TAFW and grab your membership today. mypatriottravel.com/TAFW, making travel great again.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right here. No filters, no spinning, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
I'm sure you guys remember the Patrick Senior Justice Law when Donald Trump was basically fired. Everybody around coming out with entrance is free, the IRS and Jason prison bars. It's coming out now, pre-sale until someone actually sees it. Get yours with all types of Google Play, Apple iTunes, get it.
Patriotic venue in Orlando.
Welcome back to the Peacemaker Talks, where we're doing a special episode for 250 years of independence. And I've got an incredible crew here with me today. And where we just left off, we're going to spend the time for the next two segments hearing about Louis' story. But this needs to be spoken about. Another fireman who died at the Butler, PA. With the assassin shot. So we did lose. We did not lose our president. We did lose a life that day that should be remembered. And just, Jill is gonna.
So I'm from that area, and when I was a reporter for the Pittsburgh Post-Gazette, that Butler was my beat, like I was saying. And Corey Compertor was a very important part of the community up in Saxonburg area. Actually, he was from Buffalo Township, and he was their fire chief. But it's all the same area, and they're from the Saxonburg area. Anyway, last year I went up to Butler because I just felt compelled to go up and be part of it. And I saw these people that I knew when President Trump got shot. And I wanted to be there with them. They had an amazing motorcycle run for Corey. They had a concert. They had all this stuff going on. It was a beautiful thing. So I went back up this year, on the 3rd, they had a parade in Saxonburg, and they honored Corey there. But when I asked, what are you doing for July 13th, they said nothing. There were people who wanted to do something, and there was just no will to do it. They were citing concerns about the war and concerns about politics, and I don't think any of that matters when Corey lost his life, and his family is mourning. It isn't, been just almost 2 years since he's gone. He has a new baby grandchild, and that is very, very sad to think that baby's born with no grandfather. So I just want everybody to please never forget Corey Compertor. He gave his life for President Trump.
It really is, when you go to the rallies and everything, it crosses people's minds that, these I don't want to say it's dangerous but these assassins are gaining so much, thank you, yeah. And so he really shows exemplifies the bravery that it's not gonna stop us, we're gonna keep showing up, and yes, he should be remembered.
He was sheltering his wife and his 2 daughters when he got shot. You know, they could have gotten hurt, but they didn't because he took the bullets. And he took the bullet for the president.
Now, Louis, this is all, it's the support, and that man was a supporter, and our supporters and the men who run into the protecting, like you said, the men who protect and continue and you're able to be here with us today because of love that we show for one another. People just keep showing up for one another. And that's really American spirit. I feel a lot about you exemplify, like really you are an image to hold up when we speak about 250 years of independence.
Well, first thing I want to say is that my condolences go out to the brother firefighter, okay? He was a great man. And the one thing with firefighter, first responders, whenever we respond to a situation, we don't think about ourselves. We think about the situation we're in, and we're going in there to try to do the best we can and to save as many people as possible, okay? Unfortunately, he did the right thing as far as protecting, like you said, he was protecting his family. And also, I think he might have saved President Trump, okay? And it's just an honor that, this is what we do. We need a police officer, we're always in there, and what do you do? We go to a fire, we fight the situation. Most people are running out, we're running in. We don't think about ourselves, like I said, or our family. We have a job to do. And 9/11 was a perfect example. We knew we were going in there not to put the fire out and this and that. It was a rescue operation. And that day it was working. I responded, I went up in Harlem, I had over 20 years, and we knew we had a job to do. And it was probably the biggest rescue that was ever made for the people that we saved. And it was a disgrace to our country, what happened. Okay, 93 I was there, I wasn't working, but I went down there. We lost 9,
When the Trade Center in 1993, a bomber went down into the basement.
We lost 9 family members, and then they said, we'll be back. 8 years later, look what they did. Whoever thought they fly planes into the towers. And terrible. But the main thing is that we can't forget, we need to do more of this and keep going, okay? Because we can't go on like this. We gotta get some answers here, okay? We gotta get some answers. This was a tragedy we had, and people forget. In schools, still sing the national anthem, some of the schools, and stuff.
So that's really important, and I think that's also why I say, you really exemplify what being a patriot is, and what that independent spirit of wanting to pass along that which is good and right, and which you learned from being. You would not have learned that had your family stayed in Italy. And you would have still, Louis immigrated here from Italy, and he's written a book about a memoir. So in his memoir, he covers, I'm reading this, and I'm like, whoa, my God, this has to be in our education system. This book has to it has to be absolutely, the way I see it, high schoolers should be reading this book. It really, he brings you through from his immigration up into, I can't even get, I'm a little afraid to read about the 9/11 part, honestly. It's very difficult to bring back there, but it's gotta be.
Thank you, I appreciate it. But I am the luckiest man alive, that people come up to me, you're a hero. I'm not a hero, I'm doing my job, I'm just the luckiest man alive. The reason is, I came from Italy at 11 years old. To get here, they had 2 sponsors to come to this country. Okay? My dad, we were farmers. His 2 sisters came to the U.S. and then every year they would come for vacation and come there from. We gotta come to America. We finally came to America to get 2 sponsors, and it took 2 years before we were allowed to come in. when we got here, we were proud right away to be American. We were proud. My dad, after 5 years, he wanted to become a citizen. He was proud to be in this country. And they gave us a list of questions they were gonna ask, and I was studying with my dad. You know, the silly questions like, well, who's the 16th president and this and that, you know, and he was honored to be here. And they had to get a job right away, they had to find a job. Today it's out of control. We have no control no more. There's no control, people just come and going, and the election became a complete joke, okay? And we need peace in this country. I love this country. I love this country. And I was blessed to fulfill my dream. I always wanted to be a firefighter, okay? I was blessed. I couldn't wait to go to work. I worked in Harlem, in New York City in Harlem. I couldn't wait to go to work. I just learned. Firefighting was a second family. Right? We worked together. We went down the hallway together. We ate together, and we became a second family. And I was so proud to be a firefighter. You know what? And we got to get back on track here. You know, even with Trump, you don't have to like Trump. You don't have to like him. Just support him. The man works day and night. Could you imagine if you had the other two clowns running the country? Where would we be? That is unbelievable. Unbelievable. And we need peace. We need peace.
And that's, you know, they say don't never forget. That was always the thing. And honestly, for me, it's not so much a phrase, never forget. It's more of a statement to me. Like, I will never forget.
You know what?
Yeah.
Never forget that day. And there's a lot of people, you know what? They're suffering out there. If they want to believe it, go down on 9/11 for the anniversary. We got people coming from all over the world that pay their respect because they lost their loved one. They want to be there. You got people that they don't care. They don't care. I mean, they want to
Disrespecting the.
yeah, they want to it's terrible. Terrible. I don't know. I mean,
Well, and I think that the more we concentrate on what we need to do and keep our focus where we need to be, I don't even let I think maybe being a police officer, that has helped me. Because when you have a cause, you're not paying attention to what the people who are standing around, not in the arena, as President Trump says, and just trying to, I've got my vision on justice. And that includes 9/11 and January 6th. And so long as we hold on to these things that are true and good and beautiful, which is truth, even though sometimes it doesn't look so beautiful, the truth. But so long as we keep working our way that way, I believe that's how God will meet you.
yes, and you gotta have faith. You gotta believe in God. And if I could share this, you know.
Well, I want you to share this very much so. Louis was telling me earlier, and I think I wanted this to hit really hard on the January 6th community. But if you can do this on the second segment, because I do not want to interrupt you when you speak about this. And I'm just going to prep it, because again, this show is about giving God space, giving Him space to be us to freely talk about. Which growing up, we all you had church and everything. In a way, it really wasn't something you brought out, and however that was, I don't know. But I feel like now it's something that we really got to press in on, lean in on, and give more space to and think about.
It's more than just Sunday.
It's more than just Sunday. And it's going to come up in the next conversation how, if you're feeling a little bit like, well, how could there be a God if you look around? And you can get really discouraged. So Louis is going to share with us an experience that many first responders have had. Not only, and I think the January 6th community might be suffering as well through this. So I hope that they tune in, and it really is a lot to share. And we have 12 seconds left. And I didn't get to say the website, so definitely come back for the next episode where you can find everybody. But we're going to hear from Louis next. Thank you.
Me, Joel Fox, deserve the first warehouse. Patriotic. Hey, I'm doing good now and stuff.
I'm over there, right?
Patriots, making me smell nice. And it's nice who wants to go down the street and smell of somebody bad in New York City. Hey, by the way, stick for it. 200
50 years ago,
If I go on this way from you.
built on courage, driven by freedom.
No.
You just look right here, you're looking at
Today,
No, I know that, but what happens when I turn around and look, then I forget to
I
say
know.
that.
It's
She's
just
got such a beautiful face, though. Look up at the guy on the telly.
and I invite you to celebrate 250 years of the United States Constitution. Wear your pride, stand for something, get your shot.
You know, when it's morning, it's going to be behind Wisconsin, everyone. No, let's go to Gino. Oh, wait, he's here. Well, speaking of the opposite of his sex life, these people have towers that are huge, and they're everywhere. And while you're traveling, you can use these huge towers. Patriot Road / it shows to the right. TAW.
It's your job.
And then you can talk about sitting here waiting at you. All you gotta do.
Oh, yeah, is this microphone okay? Yeah, we're actually bringing it close.
No, it's good. Yeah, it's good.
I was thinking the same thing. Okay, what we got? Oh, we got on?
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows, comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips.
Gotta make you smile,
No
Sue.
spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today and be part of the movement.
It's me, Joe the Box, and I'm John the Blanket with the American First Podcast. That's what I'm talking about. The Frick Rubino Podcast coming to you from the America First Warehouse.
Welcome everybody to the James Justice Show. Here in the areas of all the craziness that goes on in the world.
Welcome to the
30 seconds.
podcast. Good evening, everyone.
Hey everybody, welcome back to the On the Right Side podcast here at the America First Warehouse in Long Island, New York.
Changing its here with another episode of Liberty's Engage.
Hey, Jill, I'm gonna make an appearance.
Media and television
Oh, yeah, make it apparent. You can talk about people. Go ahead.
Let's have fun, people.
Hey, welcome back to Peacemaker Talks, and I really hope this brings some peace to your heart, this show today, for 250 years, and that is God's plan for us. And while we can't really make peace, peace comes from God, we can ask God for peace in our lives, and we can share that. So I think in this story that Louie's gonna reveal to us is very much telling about how God shows up for us.
Well, first of all, when I speak, I'm representing my 343 brother firefighters. And what happened to me was that after 9/11, during 9/11, when I went home, okay, I went home 2 days later. I went to see my parents, and when I walked into my parents' house, okay, of course I was with my wife, and I walked in there, and my dad got down on his knee. First he came over and he gave me a big hug. My mom was crying. Everybody was crying. I was so upset because, you know, I could have been 344. So when I get them hugging and this and that, my dad gets down on his knees, right in the kitchen, and he's praying to God. I come from a very religious family. He gets down on his knees and he's praying and he goes, thank God you're here, thank God you're here, and he's crying and I'm crying, and then all of a sudden, and I regret it today, I regret it every day. I think about this like, you have no idea. So he gets down on his knees and I look at my dad and I said, the hell with God, look what he did, look what he allowed to do it. He said, I said to him, I lost 343 firefighters, my brothers and this and that, and my dad was on the floor with his head down. He said, how could you talk like this? Look what he did for you and this and that, and it was true. God saved my life. Every turn I made, when I was stuck in the elevator, when I came out, I went left and right. If I would have made a right instead of a left, I probably wouldn't have made it out, okay? So, for me, I couldn't believe afterwards, I'm in the car going home with my mother and said, I can't believe I spoke to my dad like that. But you know what? I did lose my faith. I did lose my faith. Okay? And I did. For the longest time, I don't know how long it was, but thank God it came back. It came back to me. And listen, at that moment, my mind was out of control or whatever. I should have never said it. I regret it, but things happen. You know what I'm saying? But I'm here, and I'm I'm trying now to bring more people to show them, listen, I lost it. I did. I lost it. I admit it. I hurt my family. I hurt my dad. Okay? But now I'm trying to get more people to wake up here and say, you know what? Let's go. Let's get together here. Let's make this a better country. Let's move on and realize what we have. What we have here. You know? But until we get some more support here, where are we going? Where are we going? To me, it seems like it's getting worse. It's getting worse. And we got a great president. President, to me, will go down probably the best president ever, okay? Because he's a fighter. The man doesn't sleep. Everything he does, they're against him. They don't even know what the hell they're talking about, okay? It's time to wake up, and we got to support each other and let's move on.
Louis, when you say that you lost your faith and you were filled with such anger for what you've seen, and I understand that fully, because you can say, how is there a God? How can this happen and there be a God? But if you really understand how that God is kind of a mystery to us, but he is love. So when you turn, if you were to just say, you know, lose your faith, you are in a way losing the most important element of life, and that's love. Love that you're now able to share with others. And you said a big way to help you out of it, for you, was counseling. And you found that counseling worked for you.
That was another tough part, okay? I went to like 3 different counselors. We couldn't connect. For whatever reason, we didn't connect. Maybe I wasn't ready for it. But when I went in to see Dr. Duran, and he had done some work on me because my other faculty were concerned about me. I had rage. I was out of control. I did things like it. You know, meanwhile, I forget that I have a family, I support a family. I didn't think about my family, but I was out of control. So they told me to go see Dr. Duran. I went to see Dr. Duran with my wife. We walked in, and he came on strong. He came on very strong. Right away, he said to me, Louis, sit down. What are you doing to yourself? You gotta wake up. What's going on here? You have a beautiful wife. You got 3 beautiful kids. Your parents are still alive. What's going on? And we're crying like babies, myself and my wife. And then what? I stood there and listened and listened and listened. I went to see him for, I don't know, maybe a year. We'd go see him. First we was like twice a week, then we went once a week and everything else. And you know what? I guess I was ready for him. And he spoke to me, came on strong. He changed my life. He changed my life. My faith came back, and he made me a stronger person. Now I want to live forever. I want to live forever now. Because I need to be around. When I go places, I talk to people and I try to encourage them. We got to stick together. We got to do this and this. No, we got to fight. We got to fight. We can't give up. Like Trump said, fight, fight, fight. That's what we got to do here. We're not giving up. We're not giving up. They're trying to bury us, but we're not giving up.
Yeah. And so when even that, like you brought and by continuing to search for the good and reach for that, you chose love, you chose that route. And it was hard, I could imagine, it probably didn't go away just like that. But you're respecting even your 343.
Absolutely, absolutely.
You're giving them.
I think of them every day, every day.
And we can all, because you're able to even talk about it, we're able to share, to not forget.
And you being a police officer, I know there was 37 at the Port Authority Police, 23 police officers. We're all a team. We're all in it together. You know?
And there's, many are still passing away from cancers, and we keep losing. And it's that to me it's a ripple effect.
Very good topic. Okay, we lost 343. The last time I checked, we had almost 500 firefighters. Just firefighters. That's passed on. Almost every other week we're losing a firefighter from cancer because being down the mountain. I can't imagine how many civilians are passing on and everything else. And it's still going on. There's a lot of suffering, a lot of pain. People don't realize it, you know. And then these stupid things. You don't want to sing the national anthem. You don't want to present the country. January 6th was a disgrace and everything else. And they're blaming everybody else. But, you know, I don't know.
They tried to compare January 6th to 9/11.
Yeah.
Now, isn't that interesting? January 6th to be like 9/11. I personally was at January 6th, And that conversation was being put in the day of, because somebody whispered it into my ear, this is like 9/11, and that's when you really see me kind of go into anxiety, saying, this is nothing like 9/11. Louis survived the building. He led about 50 people out of the building. And
You ran back in?
and
You know what, Santo? Not only I let them out, they helped me get out. Because the first staircase that I hit was full of civilian and firefighters bringing people down. So when I hit that 24th floor, was right, when the scissor staircase, I jumped over the railing, came out on the 23rd floor, and there was people screaming in the hole, and they showed me where the other staircase was. We led the way out, we got outside. I found a little old man underneath the stair pipe. I took him, we went outside. When we got outside, they went one way, I went the other way, whatever. Next thing I know, I look out, look out, look out. Cows starts coming down, and I was in, and I get buried, and I'm here.
But by the grace of God, didn't you find another?
Yes, I found the mask, but what happened was, from all that soot that I inhaled, what happens in a fire? No, first your lungs fill up. Once your lungs fill up, you pass out and the fire burns you. So I found the mask, because I threw my mask to make myself lighter to run down the West Side Highway. If you know New York, the West Side. And then I couldn't breathe him. I threw myself on the floor, and I grabbed the thing. I made it out, and then I'm saying to myself, I'm gonna die out here. And I felt that I was gonna pass out. And thank God I didn't get crushed, and then they pulled me out. Next thing I know, they were on the side of the West Side Highway. They were cleaning me up and getting me out. And it was the grace of God again, you know. God again, I stepped up, and then I go against God. How do you think I feel? Not good. You know what? I'm back.
yeah.
Glad you're back. Glad you're back.
And people like you make me stronger. Okay, when she asked me if I could come, I said, absolutely, I'll be there.
Well, that's what's important, right? The supporters, and it just goes hand in hand, like you said. Like people say, "Oh, you're a hero," sometimes, and that's not. I think Americans try to always kind of abstract things into like a very, but really, we're all in this together. The supporters, the
Teamwork.
advocates.
It's all about teamwork. Firefighter, police officer, because we all know about teamwork. Listen, if you happen to have a good team, everybody's got to pull it together. You know, we go into a fire, everybody's got their position, you got to work together. The same here, we got to have a team and work together.
Right, and so that's why this is so difficult to talk about, because like even as you say with 9/11, I think a lot of things that happen are the firemen, quite a few firemen look at it and say, no, I heard explosions. They look at it and they say, steel doesn't burn like that, it gets technical. And even Building 7, I know being there, somebody said they were gonna pull it. I was there when they said that. So there's so much that needs to be, to really still talk about. They want to not talk about it.
I wish it would come out, but we're never going to know the truth. I would love to see it come out, the truth, what happened. Right? Somebody had to know what's going on, you know? Don't just sweep it under the rug.
Well, in the same way that on 9/11, unusual occurrences happen as far as fires, and they're trying to say this is how a fire works. The same thing on January 6th. As a law enforcement, I know how law enforcement is supposed to work. And that was not, there's so many things that went wrong as far as how law enforcement should work. So as we should all be very concerned, bringing up January 6th again, and July 13th, what about security, even for our president, for security. It's a very, it's part of the teamwork, it's part of the discovery.
But it borders on conspiracy.
It borders on conspiracy.
All of them. All of them. All of them are a conspiracy. If you think about it, you look at 9/11, do you know what happened? I don't know what happened. Nobody knows what happened. And then we go to January 6th. Do you know what happened then? We don't even know where that pipe bomb came from with all the cameras and all that stuff. We don't know what happened in July 13th.
Well, I'll tell you, conspiracy theories aside, we do know what we do know. And we do know God is good, and He is going to guide us. So come back for the third segment. We're going to talk some.
The America First Ultra MAGA Store. For all your MAGA needs. We sell t-shirts,
The fourth one?
and a whole lot more. The most patriotic, America First Retail Store. The America First Ultra Mega Store.
Hey, Paul, I was having a pillow fight with Gino's wife. And Sue. Yeah. She's not supposed to stay up that late. I have the video. And let me tell you, talk about soft. When I think soft pillows, I think of other than Gino's wife. MyPillow.com. Because these are the best pillows you're ever going to get. You go to MyPillow.com.
Several years ago,
TAFW. Go now. Get your MyPillow.
Are you a true American? Then it's time to get connected. Download the America First Media and Television app and stay up to date with real news, bold voices, and live events from the America First Warehouse. From national broadcasts and exclusive shows to comedy nights, concerts, and special events. It's all right at your fingertips. No filters, no spin, just America First. Download the America First Media and Television app today.
You know, I got I said, you're working through, I think about 25 milligrams of heroin a day. But that eventually ends, and the next little down coffee comes in. And I thought, it's so, and it's a trouble, and the introduce your wife to the principal, and you're gonna drink it down coffee, and you're gonna extra booze, and you're gonna get it, you know, out of your mouth. Get this into your system, and I promise you that it will absolutely take you all the love. I am out. What's up, pretty?
America First Warehouse was really the most patriotic thing that we ever imagined. Wanting to build something for people to be able to come to and feel so comfortable and so relaxed because there was nothing out there like it. We give an opportunity for people to really feel good about themselves and about this great country.
Hey, welcome back to Peacemaker. And I wish on the break we could have captured the conversation. So, Louis, we're gonna just sum up with, you gotta get Louis published. We gotta get a publisher for Louis.
We just actually sent it out today to one publisher, so fingers crossed that she sends a great letter out.
Awesome.
I just want to say something about my book. We've been writing, not just myself, I have a ghostwriter and other people helping. My book is just, it's not about that I'm a special person, I'm far from a special person. My book, I wanted, when people, if I get my book, it's an inspiration. It's an inspiration. I came from it at 11 years old, like I said before, and if you read my book, after what I went through, somebody, I'd love to see somebody pick up and say, wow, he made it through this, I could do it too. You know what I'm saying? To try to make it better for other young kids, okay? But the name of the book is A Soldier on War That Will Never End. And you know what? Things gotta change. They have to change, and we got to educate the younger kids, okay? And I feel they're controlled in school, they're brainwashed in school, okay? I went by Columbia University. The cabal that went on in Columbia was a disgrace. And it's not just Columbia. You know, these are smart kids. They're smart kids. They should know that we were following it. We gotta get out of control.
Yeah, same with my book, same exact thing.
That's right, you have a book you were also writing about?
Yeah, Over the Wall, J6 and beyond. I want people to know. I want people to know that there was people standing outside that jail. It supported January 6th, and they were not forgotten. They stood up for America that day on January 6th. They didn't expect to get arrested for that day. You know, they followed their constitution. That was the people's house.
Taking you were saying about school.
I was just saying it starts very young. They start kindergarten with the indoctrination. Kids aren't even aware of what's going on. Parents aren't even aware of what's going on. And that's why Moms for Liberty is really important, because they're in the schools and they're finding out what's going on.
well, that's one of the reasons why I got involved with Project Civica. And it's, you know, what Lou was saying earlier is that we have to work together, we have to make changes. And it's important for everybody to get involved at the local level. You can make a big difference at the local level, and Project Civica is currently promoting election integrity and also committee membership. And committee membership is something that not too many people are aware of, but we're supposed to have representation at the local level, not just at the county level, but actually at the election district level. Now, most of us that are watching, we've all had the experience of voting. Just prior to an election, you usually get a postcard in the mail that tells you what your election district is and where to vote. Your election district is actually a little neighborhood. It's only maybe a few square blocks. And within that election district, we're supposed to have 2 representatives within our political party. People don't realize this, but those are the people that hold committee members, and they are considered the voting members of the party, and they have the authority and the power to vote for their political party leaders, who in turn make some very significant decisions in terms of who gets on the ballot come election day. So I hope everybody will tune in to Project Civica, register at their website. It's projectcivica.org, and it's about getting involved at the local level, and that's where change is.
And get these GOPs, because I tell you that they're just rotten, some of these people who suppress our voices, don't let us become committee members. And you know, you do all the work to become a committee member, and then you have a few men who decide they're gonna override. So the local level needs some arrests, I do believe. I'm gonna say that. It really is. We're at that point where we have to have a little bit more, because I know you also go into court with things, but that's, so if you can, follow along what's going on at Project Civica. But David, just tell us again, what's your website? Just so
I have 2 different ones. One's AmericanConservativeArtists.com, which is more of the arts and attracting arts and education and voices that have been silenced over the last 4 years. But right now I'm also involved with GoUSA.us, which we're working on something called the Ops Score, which is a non-partisan political rating system for politicians. So you take a test, you get a score, then politicians take a test and get a score, and you see where you land. And what's happening is many people are realizing that 85% of the population wants the same thing. So it's trying to get people to be more informed voters and not just vote down the line DDE or RR, but vote for policy, not person, not personality.
yeah, I love it.
So everybody should go to opscore.org and take the test for themselves, and you'll see what's going on, and follow us and support us. Because we can help save the victims.
And somebody like Mondani should never have even gotten into it, because if we investigated him.
Actually, on the last, I guess, primary, that woman that got in, I don't remember her name, but only 4.4% of the population went out to vote. She won the primary with 0.4% of the voting. So we need to get people to get out to vote. We need to take 5 people with us to vote, and make sure that they vote for.
Some arrests on the local
Yes,
level.
yes, agreed.
What was your website again? And what were you saying?
Oh, yeah, my website is Jill Books, JILLBOOKS, as in Jill writes and publishes books.com. I was saying that maybe we should talk a little bit about immigration, and because, you know, speaking of Ilhan Omar and others, and Mondani, did they come to this country and sign the paper that you have to sign saying that you've never been involved in anything communist? I mean, maybe Mondani was a child, but his mother was is a filmmaker, and it could well be, I'm sure she has participated in some questionable things. We all saw pictures of her with Epstein and other people. Who else? Gavin Newsom, maybe? So we have to wonder about these people.
You know, the other thing is, you don't see people running to these countries.
Nobody goes there,
Just
no.
go that direction. We're all kind of-
But you know, it gave me an idea. Jamie, who were the guards in the Disu Gulag? Could they have been illegal immigrants?
They sure could have. They sure could
Do
have.
you remember that? That they were guards that,
Yes.
so,
And there were guards inside and outside. They got paid overtime to watch the south corner to support men and women across the country.
Can I add something? Let's never forget about Justine Damon, I believe in Chicago. She was, it was Minnesota, I believe. She was calling the police to help her because somebody was breaking into her apartment, went outside to talk to them, and the Somali policeman shot her dead for no reason. Remember Justine, never forget her.
And don't ever forget Bart Shively. Bart Shively got the cancer, so wouldn't help him either.
Bart Shively was a January 6th. And
January 6th or.
the medical care was not, it was
A veteran.
Yes, a vet.
Who paid
A
the
vet.
price for this country. He believed in everything in this country, and the government would not give him medical treatment for his cancer while he was in jail. And he screamed bloody murder at night because he was in so much pain. Yep,
Seems like there's a lot of double standards.
yep.
All double standards.
And so when your father, when you came here as an immigrant, what would you say was what was the dream? What was it that brought you here then?
Well, what brought us here, we were happy, we were content, we had a farm, we didn't know better.
I know, I was reading that, it was great.
When we came here, we were proud, like I was saying, we were proud to be American, and we had a goal. We had a goal. My father wanted to be bought a house, became a citizen, I became a citizen, and we were proud to be here. We were proud to be American. That's what it's all about, you know? We were supportive of our country. And if somebody said something bad about our country, we was like, are you kidding me? This is the best country. It was the land of opportunity. That's what it was known. I call America the land of opportunity. And for me, it was beautiful.
And you did the same thing, the same exact day, because you knew, that's what they need to do. Our veterans, our American people went to the Capitol because they want their voices heard.
When I became a firefighter, I was so proud, you have no idea. And I was older when I became a firefighter. I was an older guy. I had 2 sons already. I was so proud. I thought I was like,
You should be proud of that.
and you know what? And I try to, that's what I try to do now, teach the younger kids something. Sarah, you know, you see some old lady going down, she's got someone with help out, do something about it. You know, you don't see them, hold the door open, stupid things like that, but it's important, you know? It's important.
That is a big way that I think infiltration came, is to dehumanize us. And Facebook, it's come out that it's an MK Ultra, if you don't know what that is, it's no longer a conspiracy. It is designed to take the masses, to control citizenry. And so when you're on Facebook, just be a little bit more aware, you're actually part of a psyop. So I like to just give it back to them. Go ahead.
I was just gonna say, my feeling is, if you don't like this country, then leave. Why, don't ruin what we have. Leave, if you're not happy here, leave and don't have to work anything over here.
Did you hear Mondami's speech about that?
Wrong way on this desk. We're the ones who are at the desk though. He's sitting on the other end, so we're still in control.
That's right.
We do, and I think that's the beauty of an Independence Day, 250. We're gonna see things that we've never seen before. Like, we can't always have our eye on the enemy, and because it's so incredible. Like, how could you be thinking that way? How could you be doing things that way? You know what? We gotta start stressing, what is it we love to do? Where are our talents? And like Jamie, who's doing her knitting and making flags. Jill, who's given us the beach report. She's and sharing. Oh my God, the hope and the strength and the bravery coming out of Louis is just, you can't tackle it. Tavia, going all the way, supporting people who are trying to get their dreams out and their voices heard, and just supporting that. And Sue as well. Just constantly looking out for somebody who is falling through the cracks. Everybody has turned their backs on, but Sue just won't do that. It's the American spirit, the American patriot. It's a beautiful thing. I want to thank you all for coming here today. Thank you, Louis.
Thank you for having me. It was an honor to be here and meet you all good people. And we gotta keep fighting. We have to.
Never give up, never give in, ever.
Fight.
Take back
God
your
bless
country.
America.
God bless America. Still get a song there. I wanted to.
Oh, I think thank you so much.
Sorry.
I almost forgot about you guys. So, what'd you think? That was amazing. Thank you, Darla. Looks like Darla was hard at work as a mod. Thank you so much for keeping the chat safe for me and everybody else. All right, you guys, do you have any questions? So you got to see actually the backstage action of a TV show. And for those of you who are new and you don't know, I have been a television writer, or I was a television writer for Nickelodeon back in the 80s. So being here is kind of like me back in my element. I love being on set. I love the cameras. I love the lights. It's just so much fun. Well, thank you, Daniel. All right, you guys, if you have any questions, now's your time to ask. And we are going to be going live again, doing another show, I believe at 7 o'clock tonight. So stay tuned for that. It is just nonstop all day here at America First Warehouse. Some of it was hard to hear. I know, that's why I said maybe we should put up the microphone. Especially, I thought Louis was kind of hard to hear. But I'm never hard to hear, you know me. Big mouth. I guess it's the big teeth, I don't know. Anyway, if you guys have anything you want to talk about, let me know. And other than that, we have to get ready for our next show in 2 hours. Thank you, Darla. You're always so kind. And wasn't that great when Chris came by? The people here are just unbelievable. And meeting Joe the Box, that dude, super cool. I feel like I've come home. All right, you guys. Oh, sorry. Okay, I need a picture.
He wants to take a nap, that's why he went down there. Yeah.
I know.
Okay, and I'm back. Oh, Emma, thank you so much. The DC content. Saturday. Was it Saturday? Yeah, Saturday. And even though I got kind of sick, but it was good. I'm glad that I went to DC. I really am. And I loved going on Sunday and going to the Bible Museum. That was so cool. But I'll tell you what, I really love being here. This is a really cool day, and we'll be here today, we'll be here tomorrow, and then tomorrow night I'm gonna go see my baby. So this is what we're up to. All right, you guys, I think I'm gonna take a little break. I say ciao for now. See you on the next